Okay, here I am, Floyd again. I'm going to do commandment number 7. This will be the last one to do tonight. Now, this is an auto recording that I did on July 17th, 2014, 11 years ago. He put this message through me. So this is on the 7th commandment, and let's hear what I had to say.
Commandment, I believe, will be, neither shalt thou commit adultery. Now, adultery. Let's cover adultery. Adultery. When people get together and they marry, that is always a plan, I believe, on both sides, is that's a commitment. And if you're committing adultery on your spouse,
don't forget to notice where Blue, my budgie, starts squawking. When I did these messages and went back and listened to them, and I noticed him squawking. I never noticed him squawking while I was speaking, because I never do. I'm really not there. And when I went back, I went, that's really interesting where he starts squawking. And sometimes when he gets really squawking, I'm talking about some pretty serious knowledge at that particular time. So just keep an eye on where Blue comes in here and squawks.
You are taking away the foundation of their future. You're taking away the trust. And that's all the flesh. You see, your spouse, husband or wife, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Any man, any woman, any man can satisfy the needs of others if they're committed to each other. Okay? So to have to go out and get it somewhere else, that's the flesh. You are not committed to that relationship. Because how would you feel if they did the same thing to you? You see, that's what you have to do. You have to put yourself in the position. If you're out there cheating on your husband or your wife, you need to ask yourself how you would feel if you found out they were doing the same thing to you. And I guarantee it wouldn't feel very good. And if it didn't bother you, you shouldn't be in the relationship in the first place because you're not committed to it. But it's not fair to the other person to be tied down to somebody who's not going to be faithful to them. Okay? So committing adultery is a lack of trust. It's a breaking of a commitment that two people have come into. Now, also, this may be a surprise to you, you can commit adultery against God also. You're committing adultery against God when you're accepting the love from any other God other than Him. When you are going anywhere else and putting your faith and your trust in anything other than Him, you are committing adultery against God.
That's right. He's your first love.
He is our first love. He is our Creator. And for you to give anything or anybody else that credit or love towards that, you are committing adultery against God.
Yeah.
So adultery is flesh and spiritual. You see, when you commit adultery on your spouse, your family ends up breaking up, and you have children that are single-parent mothers, single-parent families, or divorced families, whatever it is, where those children are the ones that get affected. You see, your battle that you're creating is affecting the children, the innocent, whose hands are tied, have nothing to do with the situation that you're putting them in. They just find themselves in the situation that you created for them.
And look at the other 2 commandments before this. Parents, bring your children up in the knowledge of God. Thou shalt not kill. What are you doing by committing adultery? You're certainly not bringing them up in the knowledge of God. And look what you're doing. You're killing their trust, their faith, their future. Okay? By cheating on your spouse. Who gets affected? The children. And boys, I'll tell you, when you understand that you're only their guardians and you do something to affect them as an adult, that's a pretty serious situation you're in when you understand that though you're guardian of those children and what you're creating, it's not about you, it's the effect of your actions on his children.
And when you have children, you have a responsibility to bring them up in the knowledge of God.
That's right.
And if you don't, you are breaking a commandment of God.
Yep.
God says in His Word that the responsibility of parents is to bring the children up in the knowledge of God so when they get older, they'll have it to fall back on.
Yep.
You see, because He knows throughout the growing up of life in the teen years and stuff where they can get distracted. But if they have that knowledge embedded in them,
yep,
then at least they know and they're able to turn back once they see the comparison of what they've been taught to comparison what the world teaches them. So adultery, stay in your commitment. When you're making a commitment to somebody to be with them, you make that commitment, you stay within that commitment. If you're getting tempted, talk to them about the fact that you're being tempted. Talk to him, ask him, take that temptation away. Recognize what's happening. See, Satan is trying to tear away the family because the family is the foundation of God for the human beings.
You see, people get into relationships. I'm going to cover something here. I have a message on God's love is a decision. If you don't have the love of God in you, when you're with somebody else, there is no way you can experience the love that he talks about, love. You'll experience infatuation or lust, those things, and they do not last. They are not a foundation of rock to build a relationship on, okay? When you have the love of God, okay, and then you share that love between you and your spouse, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But until that, God's love's not based on emotion. Our love is based on emotion, okay? We get emotional from his love, but his love is a decision. Just like your love is supposed to be a decision. When you're going to be with somebody, God has given you love to give away. And you have a right to give that to whoever you choose to give. And I hope that you're going to give it to somebody who's going to give the love they have right back to you. And if you find that, where you're able to give somebody the love that you have and they're going to return that love to you, you're taking your eyes off of you and giving on to them, they're doing the same for you, you'll experience real love in a relationship, and you won't want to go anywhere else, because the satisfaction that you'll get, you don't even know what I'm talking about until you have him in your life. You feel that love, that true love. That is a lasting love, because it's an how does he put it? It's an unconditional love, which is what you should be having in your relationship, because you're never going to find somebody who's not going to piss you off one way or another, sometime or another, and you need to be able to get over it and accept each other for who you are, knowing that love conquers all.
Satan has torn it apart. He has ripped it apart. Where family doesn't matter anymore. Now we can have babies in test tubes. We don't have to have man and woman together. Now we can have babies and we just make one in a test tube. Wow, man, it's gone so far away from the natural course of things.
And abortions are like buying a chocolate bar. It's on demand, right? It's crazy. I wouldn't want to be them.
But that's coming too close, so he's only going to let that go on for so long, because he knows how destructive that is to his children, to the human race. We're destroying ourselves morally. Most of us are already dead spiritually.
Yep.
But morally, the fabrication of this world is just decaying big time.
That was 11 years ago. Let's remember this. These messages are 10 and 11 years ago. And it was like it was back then. Look at it today. Just this day here on October the 13th of 2025. Talking about a peace treaty over there in Gaza Strip, and everybody's let's all get together and sing Kumbaya. Yeah, like that's really going to happen. Like we're supposed to believe that everybody's going to give up now and put their arms down. Now everybody's going to sing Kumbaya and get together. Well, that's not what the book says, is it? This is going to double cross what they're setting up here. Yeah, that's what the book says.
Because everything is me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. I didn't mean to. I had a few drinks. No, things just happened. It just happened. Didn't mean anything. Well, yeah, it meant something to your spouse.
Yep.
Meant something to your spouse. You just cheated on them. Didn't matter the reasons. You could have walked away from that reason.
And if you're going to go to the bars and things like that, don't be surprised if those kinds of situations come up. That's what those places are about. I was in the music industry for many years, and I seen it every night of my life, pretty much. And that's just the atmosphere. There's people that they don't care if your woman's there, if she's married, or your husband's there if he's married. These ones that are out there looking, they don't care about that. So you're setting yourself up by putting yourself in a position of temptation that if you aren't strong, you'll end up falling into adultery because you're putting yourself there.
If you had the Spirit of God and you recognize that that was something that the flesh was desiring. Because you see, the Spirit of God will prevent you from that. It'll show you how wrong that is. It'll show you how you feel. How will you feel if you're supposed to do that to you? But see, the flesh don't care about that. The flesh, all the flesh wants to do is just satisfy itself any way it can. Anything that comes that attracts the flesh just wants it because the flesh feels good. But you know what? It doesn't last. Then the guilt sets in. Then the relationship's affected because you just are not the same around your spouse because the guilt that's in you eating you. And eventually your relationship will deteriorate. If you have children, your relationship with them will deteriorate. They'll get depressed. They'll have issues. And they don't even know why they have the issues.
You think you can hide it? Not a chance. That guilt will be in you and it'll change your personality. And your kids will pick up on it. They'll just sense it. They, like I say, they may not even know what it is. They'll say, "What's wrong, Mama? What's wrong, Dad? What's up, Joe?" You think you can do those kinds of things and go and act natural like they never happened? It don't work that way.
Because they're just growing up in the atmosphere of a bad spirit.
Yeah.
You see? And they'll pick up on these things. Kids aren't stupid. Kids are very aware. They pick up on things. They may not understand it, but they'll pick up that feeling of discontent.
Yeah.
They'll know there's something that's just not right. They're just not as happy as they think they should be.
How many children do you know came from broken families that end up getting in trouble? I know a lot of them. I worked with young offenders, and there wasn't one that wasn't from a single family. And there was always drugs or alcohol or something involved in their upbringing. And they ended up acting out because of the lifestyle that they were brought up in.
So we'll end this tape. And we've covered honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Neither shalt thou commit adultery. And remember, you can do that to a man, a woman, or to God.
So that's the 7th commandment, and I hope you're getting something out of these and seeing these from a different point of view. Like I said, you got to look up some of the definitions of some of these words. Like, look up adultery in the dictionary and thesaurus. Research what the words are actually saying, what they cover. Same with kill. You know what I mean? It's not just killing a person. He says kill. He doesn't specifically say do not kill people. He says thou shalt not kill. Because the attitude of that killing is a violent, evil attitude. It's a wrong perspective in order to be peace. If you want to be violent, that's the way you want to go. But I think we're all looking for peace, right? So with that, it was the 4th one I did tonight, and I hope you get something out of it. I'm always interested in comments. I love the comments, the positive comments. They're always great. Shows that it's going out there, but I'm really concerned about those who aren't getting it. This is about clarity. There's not much time left. This is about your salvation, for you to understand that, God's not a bully. These things are laid down in order to keep us away from the things that will take away our joy that we're all looking for. And if you listen to some of the other messages, you'll get it. And for those who do, great. I'm not looking for anything. You got any extra thing to give away? Help somebody in your community that could use some help. And with that, I hope that you and your family are walking under the wings of His covering, of His protection and His provision. And like I say, always try and do something for somebody else someday to lift them up and give them some joy. And then you'll experience joy. Like, share, subscribe, all that helps to get it out. And again, ask your questions and give me an opportunity to give you some clarification, okay, on some things that might be keeping you from the truth. And with that, God bless. We'll see you again.